Scaramucci was outed today as communications director at the request of Chief of Staff Kelly, who was sworn in today as well. So as one career began, as one tenure began, another tenure ended. Notably, Scaramucci is going to go down in history as the shortest serving communications director of all time, which was kind of funny because I've sort of been making notes in my mind of how long records have been broke with this administrations. For example, you had Flynn with his 24 days as National Security Advisor, the shortest tenure. You had Homeland Security Secretary Kelly with his 6 month tenure, the shortest ever. I don't know what it is, but if this is a sign of what's to come, then we're going to see more people getting out and getting out and getting out. And what's really entertaining is that I can recall so many people. You had the Young Turks, even, they made a video about the various issues they had with Scaramucci. And, those were legitimate, admittedly. And they made videos where they made passing mentions to Kelly. And I don't recall any on Flynn before he was removed from office. But nonetheless, they complained about these individuals, and they did so in a way that was justified because we didn't know they would have such a short tenure, and it was just generally assumed they'll be in there for at least a few years. I find it very amusing that these people who they, basically just got through lambasting are just quitting or otherwise being removed from office. Again, we're only 6 months into this this administration, but it feels as if we've been in here for several years because the level of ridiculousness in the organization and just the continued and rampant number of times people have just threw in the towel and gotten out of here, whether by their own hand or through someone else forcing them, as is the case today, is really incredible to me. So that's what needs to be known about this tenure thing. Now, what's even more telling is that you had the New York Times talking about Kelly as this potential beacon of stability in this power struggle that's going on in the White House, with people not being able to control themselves and having this battle for who gets to decide what's what. And I don't see him making that big of a change other than this. You're going to get rid of some people, but you're still going to have a chaotic tenure based around inexperienced people who have never functioned in any capacity as leaders being suddenly thrown into this position of, the top officials. And it's a joke. It's something that I would laugh at if I didn't think it was so saddening that this is what our democracy is. Then you can't even feel bad about voting or not voting in the past election, because look what the other option was. And maybe you wouldn't have had this, but you would have had investigations. And I'm someone who, again, does not favor Trump or the or Clinton. So it's amusing all the way around to see such a consistency in what we would have gotten no matter who we selected or picked this past election. And it's all the more telling that you really don't have a choice in these contests, because the contestants are so similar that you oftentimes just don't feel any empowerment through your vote. It's not change. It's change on the outside, continuity on the inside. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.